I think what God is teaching me in this season is to accept being myself. I always thought I was not as friendly, intimidating to other people. I always thought I lack personality for content and I tried to pretend I'm someone else, like, hey, influencers talk. But it will always burn me out and never lead me anywhere. And I thought, this is something I love to do, but I don't have to be someone else to do it. I can just be me and I can discover my own way in it and I can appeal to people in some other way. I don't have to be specifically super charismatic or attractive for people to like me or to watch my content. As well as I don't have to make up some kind of crazy idea, have awesome editing skills, awesome camera, awesome microphone, because I have a good camera. I have a good microphone. No one still cares, No one cares about the quality of my videos or anyone else's videos. My life is an absolute mess. I've been walking with God for a while now. I've been looking at other influencers and I've been feeling like, why am I stuck? Why am I so stuck in what I'm doing? Why am I so scared to step up into this new season, into the life that is calling for me, that is waiting for me over there, Why am I comparing myself? Why am I trying to find a better solution to perfect the way I approach my life? Life is raw. You just start from a sketch. You take a piece of paper, you sketch, and you make a bunch of sketches like designers do, and they choose the best sketch. But I would say in our life, we don't really choose the best sketch for ourselves. We just sketch, We just add on colors onto that volume. We add details, and time passes by. It takes time, but you eventually get to the bigger picture. If I don't start with the small things daily, if I don't start doing daily what my heart calls me to do, I will not become who I want to become. I suppress myself in every conversation. I suppress myself in my emotions and the way I want to talk. I'm always scared I'm going to appeal to people wrong, that people will misunderstand me. They will think I'm weird. I constantly analyze what I say or what I want to do. And I never really reach my full potential of a being because I live in my head and my head has standards that were formed by society and people around me and internet. And I don't know. I'm not really reading books. I'm not really doing my homework. I'm not cleaning my room. I'm not taking care of myself. I hate myself. Someone said that once. The way you treat yourself speaks a lot about how much you love yourself. And I don't love myself. I can't even do the bare minimum for myself, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I forget to brush my teeth, which is gross. I get so tired. The whole day I feel like I want to sleep. I just lay in my bed. I don't take care of myself. And my life is just fluctuating all the time. I have seasons where I am super up here and I look absolutely awesome and everything goes my way and I'm productive. And then something happens and I drop to the ground and I lose myself and I get stuck and I don't move. I'm paralyzed because of fear of what's happening. Like, I feel like, oh, maybe I went too far. Maybe I've been too positive and I actually don't deserve whatever I have right now. I had so many chances to move to the next level, to be a better person. I don't even allow myself to be with people who would treat me well. I chose friends all the time in my past that would mistreat me, that would hate me, that would use me. I chose partners in a relationship that never were able to give me what I deserve. And they haven't even tried, they haven't even tried to show up in that way. I've always picked people that I can change and better by sacrificing myself. I never thought I deserve the sacrifice, the time. I always gave it to other people and I wanted to live for others because that's the way I grew up. That's the way I was in the childhood. My childhood was my parents always fighting and me trying to mediate between them, trying to kind of like put away all the triggers for their conflicts and to be a good child just for them to be okay in a relationship, and feeling guilty every time they fight because I thought always that I was the reason for their unhappiness. I always thought I was the reason for all the bad things happening. I've never been accepted at school, never felt accepted at home. And it just became my mentality. That's why I love God, because God says you're chosen, you're loved for who you are. God gives you the understanding that no matter what you do, He loves you unconditionally. And that started helping me. Honestly, church became the biggest part of my change in my heart and the way I see this world. Without God, it's a long story, but I wouldn't genuinely, like, all credit goes to Him. I'm not gonna even hide it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be sneaky about it in my content. Like, I don't, there are a lot of Christian influencers that don't really, they're Christian, but they don't mention God at all in their content. And I mean, like, it's not like you have obligations to talk about God all the time, but at least give Him credit for everything you have. Anyways, that's what I'm trying to do. I am not judging, and I'm sorry if that sounds like judging. I'm just kind of trying to encourage people to be more open about their faith and their relationship with Christ. So yeah, here I am recording another video. My whole life I've been trying to make content, and my whole life I have been trying to fit some kind of standard, but I always knew I was called to create. I didn't know if it was art. I tried graphic design and I don't like it already. I can say since I was little, I always thought that would be my calling, but it's just not my thing. I love talking to people though. I like meeting new people. I like listening to them and helping them find themselves, navigate their emotions, their possibilities, helping them day-to-day life, to be by their side. And that's why creating something and sharing with other people, like my life, and just talking to other people out there, is what I will not give up on doing. Something I will keep moving into. And no matter how hard it will be and how much result I will not see, I will keep going. And I encourage you that if you saw this video and if you're still watching, please don't give up. Just, so many people share their life stories, and the people who succeeded were the people who never gave up. Even if your life looks like trash and you fell down so many times, stand up again. It can be a millionth time, but it will work out. Eventually, everything will go in its place. But also, another thing to note, sometimes it's the way you approach things. It's not the destination, it's the choices you make towards your dreams. So maybe rethink the amount of, like for me, I put too much responsibility on myself. I put too much blame on things that do not go the way they would go. And I have a learned helplessness. Before I even start my college classes, I already think I'm gonna fail because I never was good at school, and I end up failing my classes because, well, not failing, I passed them, but like I could have done better. I could have been better than I did. But the reason why I would always be worse is because I would go into the space. It comes to people, it comes to your work, it comes to your anything in your life. It comes with the way you walk into that space. Whatever the space you're given, no matter if it's physical or mental, it always comes with the attitude that you have. If you have an attitude of, this is not going to work out, this is going to be bad, and I suck, and obviously you're going to end up that way because your mind is already programming you. This is the route you're taking, this is the turn you made. This is the turn you decided it will be. If you walked in, and sometimes people will say it's overly positive or it's a blind faith. I don't believe in that. I believe every person can achieve anything if they just alter their mind and the way they approach things, and they never give up. So yeah. Anyways, I'm not even gonna edit this. I'm gonna just start posting raw footages of stuff, and if it gets 0 views, it gets 0 views. I am just done trying to figure out what's the best thing, trying to fit the standards, trying to fit the trends. I just want to do what I want to do and what I love to do, and whether this is gonna reach someone or not is not my point. Like, it's not what I want to worry about, or it's not my burden. It has nothing to do with my worth. I want to share a little goal, and I really hope it's gonna work out the way I hope it does, and I'm gonna pray about it. Becoming more confident when it comes to approaching strangers. And I would really love to make a lot of content just talking to people and you know bringing the community back, because we live in times where people are super, super isolated from each other. I was just recently on a walk, and I remember thinking to myself, bro, everyone is with headphones. Everyone is looking into their phones. No one says hi. Everyone is in their little world. And it's obviously so easy to manipulate people when they're so isolated from one another. And the only reality they have is their phone. And their phone is dictated by the company they're paying. So, something to think about. So, guys, another challenge for you. Don't forget how important it is to have friends, to be close to the community, to your neighbors, to your family, to actually put effort into establishing relationships. We have too many strangers in our life. We have to make those strangers part of our life story, our journey, because community is stronger than one person. It's always good to have many people with you than to be alone and successful, because if something bad happens, you're not going to have that support system. Money come and go, but just imagine if you lose a bunch of money and your life becomes atrocious, or God forbid you lose your legs or something like that. You're gonna have so many people in your life that gonna contribute to your well-being. You wouldn't even think about needing anything from your life, like physical things. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm done. Bye.